One of the fastest and easiest ways to make money wholesaling real estate is pre-foreclosures, and there's been a massive spike in them lately. So what I want to do today is show you exactly how to use XLeads to wholesale the pre-foreclosure list in 7 easy steps. So this was actually a live stream I did today, and during the live stream, it actually got taken down during the live stream. So this is actually part of my live stream that got taken down. So pretty much what it is I'm teaching you how to wholesale pre-foreclosures on the live. But so this part is recorded, but obviously that was part of the live stream. So we're going to show you 7 steps to wholesale pre-foreclosures using XLeads. And it's really just me coaching you how to use pre-foreclosures, but I have to use XLeads in the whole process because that's exactly how most people get wholesaling real estate deals. You need an all-in-one wholesaling software like XLeads. So let's break it down and start wholesaling the pre-foreclosure list. So let me show what it looks like right here. So basically this is what a pre-foreclosure roughly looks like. And so if I can explain it from left to right, it's basically the process of someone missing a mortgage payment and it being foreclosed with the bank. So we're gonna start with the left. and by the way, guys, y'all need to be in freewholesale.com. We've talked about it a million times. It's the best wholesaling real estate pretty much course in the entire world. And you can learn how to make a lot of money wholesaling with this course. But let's break this down, okay? So first, what happens when a seller does not pay their mortgage payment, usually 1 to 3 months, they are in what we call pre-foreclosure. Nothing's been recorded, and pretty much there's just letters from the bank saying, oh, go pay me, blah, blah, blah. Really, nothing happens. They're just angry letters, but the bank is keeping note, don't worry. And then after about, I'd say 4 months, I mean, every state's so much different. Every county every bank can be different, right? But about over 120 days, usually the bank will file something called a list pendants. Sometimes it's a notice of default. I've seen it a notice of foreclosure. Louisiana's a weird one. They all have different ones, but pretty much there is a formal lawsuit filed against the seller because they're not paying the mortgage, and they're going to go through the process of foreclosing and pretty much getting the property auctioned off, or they're going to own it and try to sell it, right? So again, pre-foreclosure is before it gets foreclosed. So you remember when a property is foreclosed, that means basically the way I like to think about it, because I'm dumb, is like it's an auction. It's closed to a point where it got auctioned off. And so one example of this is if a property is worth $200,000 and they owe 100 grand, but they're not paying the mortgage anymore. Maybe they lost a job or something. The bank will go get an auction date. It'll get auctioned off for 200 grand. And the bank keeps their 100, which they're owed, and then the seller gets the proceeds of 100 grand. Usually doesn't work that cleanly. Or sometimes if, let's say the auction is like 80 grand, which is like under what's owed, sometimes the bank will take it over themselves. REO, real estate owned. I do not want to deal with these properties. Just trust me. Trust me, bro. Don't go after those properties. But pretty much then the bank's going to try to sell it for a little more with the realtor. I don't get the whole BPO broker price, but I'm not getting that right now. But basically, seller misses the payment. Then from there, they file a lawsuit. That's called a pre-foreclosure. This is when we start going after these properties, when the bank files the lawsuits, because we don't know the letters. We're not a mailman, okay? We can't really tell. I just recorded a video showing you how easy it is to pull this list from like the county. And I'm just reading off these bank lawsuits. It's so simple. So much money in these. And then from there, there's something called, and I'm going to skip it for now, but we'll get to it. It's what I call the wholesaling window of time, or the wholesaling window of opportunity. Then from there, an auction date is set. And then it's like, okay, once this date's set, it's a lot harder to save the deal. It is easy. You can save the deal. There are plenty of ways to do it, but it gets a lot harder. And so really what you want to do is between when the auction date gets set and the pre-foreclosure is filed, because of how awesome after COVID things have been, court systems have been super backed up. Usually you have a nice little window of opportunity. I mean, it's months, could be a year I've seen, could be even longer, but usually not. And sometimes it's pretty dang short. They do the auction pretty quick. So you want to be in this wholesaling window of time, or this wholesaling window of opportunity. This is also what we call, the short sale time window. I'm just telling you, do not do short sales right now. Bad idea. But this is the time to market to the sellers, sign the contracts, assign it, get the property sold before the auction date is set. So for most wholesaling, if you're really going to look at it, you technically, if the auction date is set, let's say for, I don't know, it's because we're live, or July 1st. if you get a property under contract right now and you get it sold 2 weeks from now, which would be the 20th, June 20th, that's 10 days before the auction's supposed to happen. Usually there's going to be zero issues because the bank is going to be really paid in full, literally just like getting auctioned off. Remember, the bank does not really care about how much the auction is as long as it's above what they are owed. And so they don't really care. They only care about their 100 grand. So it gets satisfied, it gets closed. They love an investor like me or somebody, a cash buyer or whatever. They're not mad at wholesale. Come swoop in like a hero and go out here and get the property sold, and they get paid in full, the bank, and they're all happy. So again, REO, bank wants to sell it for over at minimum was owed. Most sellers will tell you 3 to 7 days before the auction they want to sell. So in my personal experience, and this is just a very unfortunate truth, if we're looking at this chart right here, can you guys see my, no, probably not. From my honest opinion, when a seller misses about 1 to 3 payments and you call them, they are going to say they don't want to sell. When a pre-foreclosure is filed, there's going to be a million wholesalers reaching out to them, and they're going to say, quote, I'm not interested in selling. The wholesaling window of opportunity, there might be a very few amount of people that say, sure, I will sell. Very rare they do. When the auction date is set, a lot more say what they want to sell. And 3 to 7 days before the foreclosure auction, they say, you know what, Zach, I'm getting auctioned off in the next 2 days. I'll sell now. Because the thought of having the foreclosure on the record, the credit score being destroyed, is just way too painful for them to deal with. And 2 days before is pretty much hard. Guys, I'd like to do like 14 days before the auction date is set. At worst. 10 days is brutal. I can do 3 days personally, me. If it's a house worth 200 grand and they want to sell for 130, I will do it. But usually the sellers don't want that. They want a crazy amount. Oh, I need the money to go rent out a place. Okay, great. Foreclosure. Boom. Also, you see when I rent out a place, I bet this foreclosure in the record's really going to be great. Just saying the truth. Just saying the dang truth. So that's what a pre-foreclosure is. The whole point is you should reach out to these sellers and talk to them. Now, a couple things about pre-foreclosures, which I talk a lot about, is I absolutely have 2 rules for pre-foreclosures. Rule number 1 is do not cold call pre-foreclosures. Repeat after me. I will not cold call pre-foreclosures. Okay, but if I'm going to tell you to do this, we need to take a sworn oath in front of me right now saying, I will not cold call pre-foreclosures. Repeat after me. I will not cold call pre-foreclosures. If I do, Zach can legally punch me in the face. Okay. We have said the oath. So if you do cold call pre-foreclosure, I can legally sock you in the face if I want to, okay? Maybe that's kind of funny, but it's really not. If you go on like the main channel, right? And there's and the reason I'm saying this, obviously, this is an XLeads live stream. So we're gonna talk all about XLeads, but basically, I gotta prep you for pre-foreclosures because people that go out here and cold call pre-foreclosures, there's people on the flip of their extreme that are just like, Zach, I cold calls aren't working. Okay, cool. What do? I'm cold calling pre-foreclosures and I haven't gotten any leads. Wholesaling sucks. You go through the course? Yeah, I went through the course. What about the dang thing in the course where it says don't cold call pre-foreclosures? Yeah, but I thought, you think better than me? Get out of here, dude. So it's always funny, but like, I'm not going to punch you in the face. Okay. Okay. I got to keep these weapons locked up. Okay. I got to keep these weapons locked up. No, I'm not going to punch you. I'm just saying maybe funny, but like guys don't cold call pre-foreclosures. They get a million cold calls from everyone. It's very public. Softwares like XLeads will always have the data. And so everyone and their mom can pull the list. And to be frank, realtors call, dude, everywhere. So what you want to do is you don't want to call them. You want to text them. Well, lucky for you, there's one wholesaling real estate platform. There's one data set that you can get from a software that actually has texting that isn't super expensive. It's the cheapest and best quality. It's through Twilio. So everyone uses Twilio, except I'm a million times cheaper than everybody. And we all use the same platform, Twilio. XLeads 1 penny per text. And it is the best way to reach out to pre-foreclosures. Number 2, reverse drawing for dollars. Put sticky notes out. But I'll tell you right now, the best use of XLeads for pre-foreclosures is honestly two things. Okay. Before I break it down, I want to give a shout out. Shout out to Rick. He is, I'm not joking, he is MIA. He is celebrating 30 years being married. So give a shout to the big R, the GOAT. So he's out celebrating with my mom. 30 years married. That's holy cow. It's a long time. It's a long time. So shout out to him there. Okay, I'm 1.5 months in. So pretty much the same amount of time. And so he's checking and watching it from around the world. He's about to go to bed, honestly. But shout out to him. And I'll give a shout really quick before I break this down to Echo. Echo's on here. Echo's not working today, but he is watching the stream. So shout out to Echo on here, man. Shout out to Jericho, one of the best employees on XLeads, and we love seeing him on the, oh man, we love seeing him on onboarding calls. So shout out to him. Beautiful family on the pictures. Love to see it. XLeads team popping in. But yes, texting. But the two really main important parts about wholesaling using XLeads for pre-foreclosures, actually, I'd probably say three big things. So if you're looking at wholesale pre-foreclosures, I'll give you my system, and I'm going to tell you where XLeads gets thrown in that system, and then we're just going to kind of show you kind of what I'm looking at. So if I'm going to wholesale pre-foreclosures, I'm going to show you a couple things that I would recommend you do here. Okay. Now this is Zach, the wholesaling coach, not the XLeads guy. And I'll tell you where XLeads kind of gets thrown in the loop here. But first we're going to do is we are going to pull. Okay. This is very important. Okay. Can I show this? No, I can't show this. But you're going to go out here and you're going to pull a lis pendens, which is Latin for, I don't know, going forward with a lawsuit or something. I don't even know. But it's Latin for something. Okay. Suit pending. That's what it's Latin for. Suit pending. Pull the lis pendens list from your public records. If you don't know what that is, you need to go to freewholesaling.com. I'm going to flash that for a second. That is my free wholesaling course and community, freewholesaling.com. All the education's there on how to wholesale real estate. But yes, you're going to pull the public records. Now you're going to say, well, Zach, doesn't XLeads have a pre-foreclosure list? Yes, it does. And pre-foreclosures are available on the basic, pro, and X plans. But I will tell you, the pre-foreclosure list is from the data set that pretty much every other big wholesaling software company, XLeads is one of the biggest, but every wholesaling data platform gets the pre-foreclosure data from one source. I will not name it, but I will tell you it is a billion-dollar corporation. And that data, remember, I made XLeads, I'm like, I can literally get the same data as all these other guys, literally the same data as them, and I'm just going to charge you a lot less. Pretty crazy. Now, the skip tracing data is way better than all the other ones. But I will tell you, it's the same one. So that means that data set, on average, is going to be 10 to 14 days behind. And I wish I could tell you, oh, guys, it's going to be 10 to 14 days behind. Now, if you pull a pre-foreclosure list on XLeads and you pull the same list on another platform, you're going to find they're about 10 to 14 days behind public record, which is not brutal, but still, it's not, it's crazy. Okay. So what you want to do is you actually want to pull the list pending, so you're 10 to 14 days ahead. You want to actually pull it from public record. Then number two here, what you're going to do, and this is where XLeads comes into play, I'll make that red, is you're going to go out here, you're going to import it into XLeads. Then number three, you're then going to export that data set. Well, then you're going to obviously filter the data, which I'll show you how to do. You're going to export into, you're going to export it into the contacts tab, which I'll show you what that means. And then you're going to tag the property SMS. Okay. Then from there, you're obviously going to SMS text blast. You're going to SMS blast that list. Then you're going to obviously get the leads into the deal board. You are then going to e-sign with XLeads or whatever you're going to do, close the seller on the deal board. And now you have a signed contract. That goes to title. That obviously is going to go to title. Oh, okay. We need some more room here. I was getting a little too excited here. Then 6, that's XLeads also. You're going to call your buyers. So I'll show you how to do it on the basic plan and the pro plan, and then on the X plan, how to find buyers, because it really depends. But you do get a lot better on the X plan finding cash buyers. And then 7, you assign. You can e-sign it with XLeads. You're going to sign the contract, set the walkthrough. You're going to set the close. And then from there, like everyone else and me, we all get our cha-ching, our cheddar, cha-ching, 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 and we get paid. So this is how we're going to do it. Now, you've noticed on these steps, okay, that pretty much this is why everyone uses XLeads and why XLeads is the third, could be second. I got to check web traffic. We might be the second largest now, but we are by far top 3, top 2 paid wholesaling softwares, data platforms by web traffic, which is crazy. So that's really exciting. But pretty much steps 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all using XLeads. I'm not even joking right now. I don't know one platform under $100 a month that provides literally all this, which they don't. They don't provide texting. They don't do it for that cheap. They don't have e-signing. They don't have any of this stuff. They don't have a CRM. They also have a CRM. Okay. Can you e-sign from it? Get out of here. What's your deal? But yeah, I mean, XLeads is literally the GOAT. But X-Plan, I mean, the AI dispo, no one's got that. It's just, dude, I love XLeads, man. I already told you, man. That thing's my baby, man. That thing has just exploded because nobody else is still willing to create a software for that cheap that has that much stuff. That's the way I look at it. I call it the WD-40 of real estate. Because people could you could charge 2 or 3 times more for WD-40. It's cheap and everyone uses it. And that's the way I look at, XLeads. It is insane. And then also it's super premium on the X-Plan stuff with the buyers and the dispo. I'll show you guys how to do that. But basically, this is how you wholesale pre-foreclosures using XLeads, okay? You pull the list pendants list, the public records, right? You import it into XLeads. You filter it. So remember, you pull all the pre-foreclosures from the public records. You're then going to import it into XLeads. We're going to filter it the right way. So we're going to get rid of MLS. I'll show you how to do all that. We're going to export it into the contacts tab, which is the other tab inside the CRM. We're going to tag it SMS Blaster. They'll automatically SMS blast the leads. You'll get some leads. You'll talk to them via text. You'll throw them on the deal board. You'll e-sign and close them, send a title, find or call the cash buyers. I'll show you the basic pro and X plan, assign, walkthrough, close, cha-ching, profit. So if you're watching this and you say, I can't wholesale pre-foreclosures, it's so hard, it's so difficult. No, it's not. It's so simple, guys. It's so easy. All you have to do is literally this. So let's break this down. Let's get into it. Let me just let everyone on freewholesaling.com know we're talking about how to wholesale pre-foreclosures on XLeads real quick. Live. Teaching how to use XLeads sale pre-live. Just gonna let everybody know. There we go. Let everyone know. Wholesale pre-foreclosures on XLeads. There we go. All right, cool. We're letting everyone know we're live here. All right, cool. I did not tell everyone we're live. I just kind of want the I kind of want everyone only XLeads people, but I'll let everyone know. And really quick, bro, Jericho, dude, Echo, bro. You're off this weekend. Relax. We got you, man. Go enjoy. Go enjoy the weekend. Go enjoy the family. Okay? Echo, man. Above and beyond. I love it, man. But yes, let's kind of break down this section. So if you're new here, you just hopped on from freewholesaling.com. You saw this. I will explain it one last time. We're going to do a full breakdown how to wholesale the pre-foreclosures on XLeads. So number one, you're going to pull the list pendants list. You're going to import the list pendants properties, which are the pre-foreclosures, into XLeads. You're going to filter it out, export the contacts tag, export it into contacts, tag it SMS Blaster, SMS blast to the leads. Now you got the deal board. You're going to e-sign the property, close it, send a title, find the buyers, call the buyers, assign, walkthrough, close, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. All right, let's break this down, guys. All right, so what we're going to do here is let's go into XLeads. And I'm going to show you how to do all of these processes. We're going to show you how to do all this stuff right now so we could get some money. So first thing we got to do is actually pull the list pendants list. So how about we do this? If someone can comment live, because we are live, if someone can comment live where they live, we will try to find the list pendants live here. Now, I can't show it on the big red play button, but I can show you the website to do it. So since we're live, let me know where in the world I should pull the list pendants list. And we could break this down. So we're going to do live Marion, Ohio. All right, we're going to do live Marion, Ohio. So live Marion. Shout out to Wale. Wale said Orlando. Wale, bro lives in Houston, but all right, I like it. Oh, live Marion. Oh, Marion, Ohio. Is that a county? Okay. Public Records County. So we have a municipal record search. Oh boy, you're making this difficult today. Okay, okay. Y'all trying to really, okay. Civil search, record search. Oh geez, man. Okay, you know what? Let me try this. I think I might be able to get this though. Give me a second. Let me cook, bro. Okay, 8. I really hope this works. I doubt it. You need to provide the search criteria. Oh, what's today? Today's June. Okay, let's see. Okay, S4. We get it? Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go. We got it. So I can't show this part. Actually, no, I can't. No, I can't. Dang it. And here's what I'm going to do. This has actually been working really well lately. I screenshot it. I send it to ChatGPT. I say, remove all personal info so I can show on YouTube. So that's actually been working really good. So I think I can get that. Okay. So what I did, just so you know, into the Marion County. So first one was Marion County. Oh, it's my hometown. Awesome. Marion, Ohio, also Marion County. Okay, cool. Marion County, Florida is also a really good area for wholesaling. But okay, so this is Marion County, Ohio. So what I did was, this is the record search. I got rid of name and company. They want the file date. So I put today, I put the 1st of June, and then the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, and you could do 6 searches on here. And then what we did was civil courts right here. And then I put like 50 matches. I did the I'm not a robot search, and you search that. What popped up is, okay, so, you know, ChatGPT is literally going to take forever, even though I pay a bunch of money for it, whatever. But you basically search it, it pops up, and then the list pendants cases pop up right there. Should show exactly the bank foreclosing on, I mean, the bank actually not foreclosing it, but suing the seller for not paying their mortgage. And so let's see what this, here's the redacted info. Let's go. And then basically it looks like this. We have it redacted. So don't sue me, bro. Not sue me, but don't take this big red play button. You know the vibes. So these are all civil cases. So of course the violation caused eviction. You're going to just look at list pendants, but like, by the way, these are evictions. That's a really easy, like, quick wholesale list, but like, you just go through them all and just boom, boom, boom. You find whatever you got to do there. Boom, good to go. So that is all the personal information from there. So what we're going to do is we're now going to go to XLeads because we have that data. We are going to basically clean up the data set. We're going to see the people being sued, the property address. It's a little more work. I get it, but nobody else does that work. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to leads. We are then going to import the list. So there's this little button here called import file. All right. It's called import file. So you're going to click that. You're going to import this list. You import the CSV because you're going to create a CSV. Use the download template. You also, because XLeads is awesome, you do not need a city, state, or zip code. You just need a street address. So for example, if I pull an area that only has the street address, all I have to do is I can import the file right here, pick the CSV data. So where's the CSV data? Let's just get a random one. Just choose CSV. Here's a random list. I can't show that. Great. I'm going to press next. Yep, I can't show that. Great. Can I? Oh, yeah. Actually, I think I can. So if I'm going to import this list, all I'm going to put is I'm going to put property address, use one's default location, and I can put like Marion County, Ohio. And right there, if it's only street address, see, you know, address, property address is the only address column to map. Use one's default location, Marion County, Ohio. It will be able to import only street address results, which is sick. Love it. And then you can import that data set, which is awesome. So now the property is imported. So now you import that data set. All you're going to do is let's just actually just do Marion County. Let's pull it right from XLeads. I would prefer you pull it from the county, but honestly, you can do it at literally whatever you want. It's a free world, clear all filters. And we're just going to do the pre-foreclosures. Cool. 36. There's a lot more than 36. That's why I recommend you just pull it from the government. This is the same data set as all the other big softwares out there. You know, XLeads is a massive software now. Top 2, top 3, hopefully top 2 soon. If you look at Google Trends, we're 2, but I gotta look at that web traffic stats. Has not come out yet. So we'll check it out for the month. But basically, let's say it's a little pre-foreclosure list right here. What you're gonna do is to filter it out, if you have the Pro plan or the X plan, I would get rid of active listings or active investor owned. This is people owning a lot of properties, and we have found that they're investors, or the active listings. I mean, you want to go through valuations. I mean, anything above 600,000 is probably not going to be a good, it's for bigger lists. Property type, I don't care about. Owner type, I don't really care about. Even LLC, I could do it. Equity, for me, I can do low equity deals, subject twos. I don't really have a problem with those. So, I mean, I've been doing them since I was subject to, since I was like 19 years old. So, like, wholesaling since 16, but honestly, I don't know, 40% equity. If you want to wholesale them, 40% equity would be probably important. So, we're talking about wholesaling them. So, 40% equity. Then from there, I mean, the other stuff doesn't really matter too much. So, we have the results right here. We're going to select all, create a list right there. We're going to press export to contacts, acknowledgement right here. Sick. Then from there, you export to the contacts tab. Simple as that. And you can literally go out here, tag the property SMS blaster right there, press export to contacts, and let that export. Your leads have been successfully sent. And then from there, they get automatically thrown into the contacts tab. And the really cool part is, I know this sounds crazy, but if I put SMS blaster, Thanos, now they're being texted. As of right now, those leads have just been texted. That is how easy it is to literally go out here and pull a pre-foreclosure list and text it. It took me 60 seconds. It took me 60 seconds to do it. If I want to do it fast, I'll show you how quick I am. Okay, we'll do this in, I don't know, we'll do this in like 10. We'll do this in, we'll do Columbus, Ohio. So Columbus, filter, pre-foreclosures, let's clear all. Pull pre-foreclosures. Let's see how fast we can go here. Max it out 500K. Cool. I don't care about that. Let's just do single family only. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're going to do this speed demon time. Own for at least, I don't really care about that. Equity, we want at least 40% equity. Cool. Exclude active listings. Active investor owned. Awesome, awesome. Days on market, don't matter, don't matter, don't matter. We have 381. We're going to clear out our previous set right here. Delete. Okay, cool. Simple. Select all. Create list. Boom. Export to contacts. SMS blaster. Sent. Export. Boom. That took me maybe a minute or two, but now I have been able to, I know this sounds crazy, export. I literally just texted all my pre-foreclosures in under 2 minutes. Yeah. That's why I actually just the GOAT. But yeah, guys, it's really that simple to go like text blast these leads. Like it's easy, simple. I love it. So that is that part. So let's go through our step-by-step what we just literally did. I know this sounds crazy, but holy moly, man. I mean, we literally just, I mean, it takes 2 minutes. This is why I made XLeads, because it's so cool. But like, we pull the list appendices, you import an XLeads, you filter the right data out, you literally put it in the contacts, you tag it SMS blaster, automatically it's going to text blast the leads. Now it's a deed, we're going to throw it. Now it's a lead, you're going to throw it on our deal board. So let's show that part of XLeads. But XLeads also has a deal board right here. So let's go pop it up to our deal board. And we're going to go to, wow, we got a lot here. I think it's my dad's, but okay, cool. So now we have our deal board. And so this is our wholesaling deal board. And all you have to do on the deal board is when you have an opportunity. So John Jones, right? You guys information right here, because he's going to be in your contacts. He wants to sell. So create the lead and boom, you got him right here with all of his information. Also, we got an interesting question here. Let's see here. This question, we had an interesting question. Let's see. It doesn't give numbers though. Yes, it does. So when you import it into contacts, it automatically gets skip traced. So yes, there's automatic skip tracing with it. And then right there, John Jones, I don't want to click it because of YouTube, but all of his personal information is right there. And if you put him follow up, it's automatically going to follow up, text them. If there's an appointment set, you're going to drag it right here. We can set the appointment. So literally add an appointment connected to Google Calendar. If you want to e-sign with them, you literally drag it here and you go to contracts. And it's going to automatically have an e-sign right here. Lord just created. Pretty cool. And right there, we're going to add the details right here. So now you can automatically have the placeholder info if you want, but between you and me, the sellers, like what if Josh Jones is married? So you want the ability to change it if you want. So you can add all the information you want on here. Add me as a signer. We're just going to redate this sucker. Let's go. There we go. Now, double click. Now, let's see here. There we go. Cool. Now, signature is for them. So you can add them as a recipient. Obviously, this is ours. Now, if you want to add as a recipient really quick, you don't have one, you can add a new client. Put their info right there. Press send. Oh, we don't have a primary recipient. Okay, cool. We're going to add a new one. John. I can't put that info on here for a second. So John at XLeads. Cool, save. There we go. Sick. All right, and then we're just going to add John right there. Boom, press send, share document. And what's really cool is we can now go out here and email and SMS and literally blast this whole thing out. So the cool part about it is you can literally email and text the contract, which nobody else really talks about or does, but you can email and text blast. Wow. Okay. StreamYard says there's no viewers, which I know is not true. We just had 70 people on. Did it shut me down? Yep, it did. It's really creepy. Interesting. That's really weird. It's probably the personal information. Oh man, shucks. No big deal. I'm gonna keep talking, and no problem. I mean, I'll keep talking my talk, but dang, dude, that's brutal. I've never been shut down that quick. Let's see here, man. Wild. Look at the West. Okay, no problem. Well, if you're watching this, I guess it's the replay, so no big deal. So, holy moly. So yeah, you're gonna e-sign right here, and then from there, what's the next part? After you're done e-signing, you're just going to go bring it to title. Then we're going to have to find a cash buyer. How do we find cash buyers on these type of properties? Well, I'm going to break it down to you. So let me take this down. So we're just going to re-edit it. It'll be fine. But basically how this is going to work, let's break it down right here. There we go. So what we're going to do to find cash buyers with these properties, you're then going to go to leads. And this is for the basic plan. So if you only have the basic plan, this is the best way to do it. So if you have a basic plan, what I'm going to tell you to do is let's just go to Columbus, Ohio. Let's do Columbus. What's Columbus, Ohio's county? Columbus County. Franklin County. Cool. So we're going to do Franklin County, Ohio. And what we're going to do, so this is basic plan only. We're going to clear all our filters. Cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to find cash buyers. So what we're going to do is we're going to just click cash buyers. Cool. And now what we're going to do is, let's say our property is worth $200,000. So we're going to put minimum 100,000 and we're going to put max 300. Then from there, we are going to do single family properties. If you want to find townhouse buyers, you can find them all here. But specifically, let's say we have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, so 3 2s. All the 3 2 buyers for this area. Don't really care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. And the only other thing that's going to be important here is going to be the last sale date. So we want to make sure that this thing, the sale date was, past 6 months, started this year. Now that means there are 63 properties that have been bought for cash in Franklin County that are 3 2s. So this is going to be very important for us. But what we're going to do here is now on the basic plan with all this data. So for example, let's use this property right here. For example, 513 Benz Boulevard. What's really cool is obviously this is a property bought for cash. The owner is Sweet Leaf LLC. We go to contacts and Sweet Leaf LLC's number pops up right there, which is pretty sick. That is the best way to find cash buyers. You're just going to cold call them all. You can even look up the LLCs. But XLeads has awesome corporate skip tracing, so you can find it right there. Now, if you had the X plan, you can make it a little easier. Let's just say you locked up this property for cash. Okay. All you're going to do is just press Buyer Match AI, and the AI is going to AI rank the top cash buyers and investors who would buy this property. For example, Kimberly Gombata is showing as the most likely buyer. Why? Because this insanely awesome investor of a woman, holy moly, she owns $427 million in real estate. That's boss lady activities right there. Pretty cool. She owns all this properties and she's actively buying. So what I would do is I go to contacts, and this is basically from her mailing address, but her company's info pops up right there. You could go back here, Megan War. She owns all this info. Contacts, go talk to her. They pop up all here, which is really cool. Now, what you can do instead is on the X-Plane, you also have a Dispo tab. So if you go out here, so I put Franklin County, Ohio. So throw it up right here. And you go right here, you can filter all this stuff out by flipper, landlord, all this stuff. So if I just press landlord and I care about they're a large investor or not, I can go by their portfolio size and all this information, their average dispo price, their average price per square foot they buy, if they own distressed properties, if they're also an active landlord too, their asset class holding. You got all this details. It's so cool. But basically, these are going to be the top landlords in Franklin County, which is going to be Columbus, Ohio area. What you can find here, so there's a ton of them, and they own massive portfolios. I mean, guys, at 107 million might not be the best. So I want to be people under 20 million. So we're going to go here. We're going to do purchase timeline past year, people buying in the past year. 5 to 10 is probably the best little range you can find. Like Donald Kerwonski right here. This dude owns 9 million. Probably a good guy. So press view details, get all of his details. And this could be a good buyer. Press contacts and you'll find his details. All your top buyers pop up right here. Now, you can also filter it and find top flippers. This is a little better for wholesaling, I found. But these people flipping the most properties in the past year. Let's do flip timeline 1 year. Top house flippers in the area. Now, these LLCs are really easy just to find and Google up. Like Dream House flipped 11 houses in the past year. All their details pop up in contacts right here. Alternative names, Alexander Sokin, which is his information's right here. But this is going to be the right person who owns 9 rentals in that LLC, but flipped 121 properties. Wow. So yeah, this is the right guy. Investor details. I mean, so that's how you find the buyers. Then you're going to assign the contract to them if they walk through, sell the contract, close for the auction, and now you are wholesaling pre-foreclosure properties. Easy and simple. So guys, I really appreciate it. So this was a live stream that got shut down, re-edited, re-uploaded, but we're here. It's working. Appreciate it. Guys, if you want to check out the best wholesaling real estate software, which I could not do without this stuff, I recommend you go to XLeads.com. Again, that's XLeads.com, the best wholesaling real estate software ever. If you got any value from this video, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach signing out. Have a blessed one.